There are a few reasons why I'm excited about the Pixel Fold. Let's start counting them down. First, I believe that the aspect ratio is the right design for this type of phone. So having it a little bit shorter and wider is gonna give it a more similar aspect ratio to the standard style phone. It's also gonna let the videos fit more fully into the screen compared to the narrower and taller design. The outer screen is gonna be more useful, and that's gonna be a big plus, not needing to open the screen every single time I want to watch something comfortably. So the second thing is the screen space is actually going to be pretty much the same. I don't exactly have the Pixel Fold to compare it with quite yet, but I did buy a case as I prepare to receive it in about 3 weeks, hopefully. And when I compare the case with the Z Fold 3 that I have, at least what I would estimate to be the screen size for the inner screen on the Pixel Fold is actually very similar to the Z Fold 3. Even taking into account the larger bezels on top and bottom, it still ends up being very similar in size. So we're not really missing out in terms of overall screen size on that. So the screen size itself is actually pretty much the same. The difference being that it's gonna open up into the landscape view. So I think that's gonna be a positive, that every time I open the phone, it's already gonna be in the landscape view and ready for media consumption. So the third thing is that based on the specs, I expect the performance to be very similar to the Z Fold 3. So on paper, they actually match up really well. Probably doesn't sound like a great thing because the chipset on the Z Fold 3 is 2 generations old, but I don't think it's a bad thing. From experience, the Z Fold 3 hasn't really let me down at all, and I actually constantly go back to it because I do like the form factor, and I wouldn't go back to it if the chip was giving me issues. I've used the Pixel 7 and 7a with the same chipset, and I haven't come across any issues with those phones while using it. So I expect that it's going to be able to handle whatever the Pixel Fold throws at it. Obviously, anything besides games. That might be the weak point, and mainly newer games, they'll probably handle older games just fine. But the added benefit of having the Tensor G2 in the Pixel Fold is going to come with all the cool Google AI features. So the fourth thing that I'm excited about is that I'm expecting some high quality photos to come out of the Pixel Fold. I have used the Pixel 7 and 7a. I really like the way their photos come out, and I'm expecting similar results with the Pixel Fold, but with an added 5x periscope lens. So this is a weak spot of the foldable phones, and I'm hoping this is going to kickstart the camera improvements for this form factor. So the fifth and final thing on my list, and arguably the most important one, is that it's going to bring competition to the US market. Right now, Samsung is on its own with no competition, no one to really take any of the sales away from them in the US market. And basically that kind of leads to stagnation in terms of development, and also lets them control the price of the phone. So the Pixel Fold coming out, even though they came out at the same price, eventually it could still lead to some price drops. If not, at least it will keep it from going up for some time. But also it's gonna start creating some development for the form factor. It'll start creating that competition. Maybe that'll lead to better cameras, maybe that'll lead to bigger screens or different designs that take advantage of the screen size a bit more. We don't know, but competition is gonna help to bring some of these things out. So those are my reasons for being excited for the Pixel Fold. Sound off on the comments on why you're excited or why you're not excited. And thanks for watching. See you next time.